Hello, dear souls. Welcome to our Raja Yoga, beginning with our yoga practice. So tonight we'll be focusing on Anatomy of Yoga Part 1. And there were many things in the chapter that's easy to highlight for our yoga asana practice. But I thought I would just highlight, let's see, it was right in front of me and now I don't see it. I had it all figured out. So let's see. Okay, so the yoga student, this is right from our book under philosophy, the yoga student must learn to dwell more and more on this inner reality. And so Swamiji's talking a lot about energy and working with energy and bringing more awareness when we talk about anatomy of yoga. Tandava will be covering this much more fully. We're talking about the energy reality. These inner workings. So when we practice our yoga asana practice tonight, what I want to guide us through and invite all of you is to begin again, just on each class, deeper and deeper level of awareness of how the physical body influences the energy body and how the energy body influences the physical body and how our thoughts influence our energy and how our thoughts influence our body, and the breath gets in there as well. So as we continue to go through the Raja Yoga course, you know, the philosophy lectures will go into much more detail with all of this. But each time I'm just picking up a thread based on what our topic is and inviting you to practice that thread. One of the other things Swamiji said in the chapter is the primary delusion that all of us face is a delusion of separateness from spirit. So as we practice yoga asanas tonight, I invite you to begin to practice the sense of being connected to the infinite in your own infinite soul nature as well. Okay, James is here again with us, so he will be demonstrating the chair components of our practice tonight. So either standing or seated, we'll come into a centering pose. So if you're standing, this is tadasana, the standing mountain pose. If you're seated, it's vajrasana, the firm pose. Both of these asanas help to guide the awareness to our center, help to bring us to a quiet inner awareness of energy and breath and consciousness. The affirmation for Tadasana is, I stand ready to obey thy least command. As you breathe, feel yourself coming to a state of readiness, receptivity, to work with and understand the divine flow of energy within you. Inner guidance, inner awakening. I stand ready to obey thy least command. Vajrasana is in stillness, I touch my inner strength. See if you can sense these two realities as we begin tonight. Deep, full breath, in and out. Very nice. So from here, we'll move into the full yogic breath flow. We'll inhale, arms up, expand wide, slight backward bend. Exhale, hands come down. I'll turn to the side. They flow down in front of you. Exhale, surrender, release. When you're ready to inhale, knees are bent. The hands face the body. Inhale up, so we're consciously moving prana, life force and energy. Moving beyond simply the physical awareness of our body to a more subtle understanding of the energy within and behind the physical movements of the body. And it's fine if you're not able to sense them. We practice listening. We practice noticing. We affirm this deeper reality even before we're able to feel it. Left and right and all around, life's harmonies are mine. As you flow with the full yogic breath, flow, mentally affirm this quality of harmony and balance within you and around you, left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. One more time, we'll exhale, surrender, release. Inhale, bring yourself up, reach tall, and exhale the arms around the body. Left and right and all around, life's harmonies are mine. From here, side to side stretching. So we'll begin with the left arm up. And you can see James is showing you a modification, so it's always fine if it doesn't work for your physical body to lift the arm above your head. We learn to work with the reality of our physical body and understand that it in no way limits our energy body. We inhale up and exhale down. You can also keep the arm at your side and focus more just stretching without moving the arm. So that's another option. Now we'll bring right arm up, lift and lengthen, and exhale over. If you like, you can rotate the head, look up to the sky, take a few deep breaths, in and out. Inhale up. And exhale down. Let's do this as a flow now. We'll keep moving. We'll inhale up, exhale over, inhale up, and exhale down. So rather than holding the pose, just move as we stretch. Nice. Let's do one more, left and right. Inhale up, lengthen, exhale over. Oops. Inhale up, exhale down. I'm going to step my feet slightly apart. I usually do, and I didn't today. And so that's harder to do without a little bit of a wide stance. Inhale up, exhale. Very nice. So from here, let's come in, with standing, we'll come into a forward bend. Now, James, if you want, you can stand with this and use the back of your chair. This is Padahastasana, the jackknife pose. We're hinging at the hips, lifting and lengthening through the spine and through the crown of the head. The hands on the thighs, we lift and lengthen and exhale forward. Since the chair is here, you could use the seat of the chair if you wanted, but we come halfway down, and you're either using the chair to support yourself or your hands are on your thighs. Deep, full breaths in and out. Reach through the tailbone as if you could touch the wall behind you, while you reach through the crown of your head as if you could touch the wall in front of you. Lengthening the spine, lengthening the back, as you stretch the muscles along the legs as well. The affirmation is, nothing on earth can hold me. Nothing on earth can hold me. And then we come into the relaxation phase. So you have the option of rounding the spine. The arms could be dangling, holding the upper arms, or if they're down by the feet, you could bring your fingers under the toes. Take some deep, full breaths in and out and tune into the quality of inner freedom, free from the burden of the physical body, which can at times feel like a burden, or anything in life that feels heavy or difficult. Mentally affirming the quality of inner freedom in your soul nature. Nothing on earth can hold me. Nothing on earth can hold me. Deep, full breaths in and out. We'll bend the knees, tuck chin to chest, and inhale, bring yourself back up. Pause for a moment in Tadasana. Nothing on earth can hold me. Very nice. From here we'll come into Garudasana, and I'll have James show you that in the chair. So Garudasana, we're going to be standing on the left leg and bring the right leg around, and I'm mirroring James. And then we'll bring the left arm center point, and James will show you the hands could be on the shoulders. There's a few variations for how to do this. So left arm center point. I bring the knees together, hugging the knees. The right arm comes up. I inhale, exhale down. Elbows cross each other and hands come toward each other. And then once I'm in position, I lift the elbows a little bit more, bring the knees down just slightly. When I go to the other side, I'll turn sideways to show you the sideways view. You could have the right foot lifted off the floor if you like. I tend to keep it on the floor. The affirmation is at the center of life's storms. I stand serene. With each breath, feel your consciousness centered deep within your soul nature, lifting the consciousness to the spiritual eye, what Yogananda called the seat of superconsciousness. At the center of life's storms, I stand serene. To come out of the pose, we'll inhale, release the arms, uncross the legs if you're seated, or bring them side by side. Let's reach the arms up, lift and lengthen the spine, and exhale, arms down. And pause for a moment. Coming back to a neutral pose, Tadasana or Vajrasana. Continue mentally affirming the affirmation for Garudasana at the center of life's storms. I stand serene. Very nice. We'll go to the other side. So now I'll turn sideways for you. So now I'm going to stand on the right leg, and the left leg will come around, and I'll bend the knees. And once I feel stable, I'll bring the right arm center point, and the left arm comes up. Inhale, exhale. Elbows cross, hands together is fine. Once I'm in that position, I lift my elbows a bit, come down slightly more with my knees. You'll feel a deep stretch, often in the upper back, creating space in the body with each breath. Garudasana dynamically both awakens the flow of prana and magnetically draws it to the center. So feel, imagine this energy awakening from the base of the spine, rising up through the body, not just the physical body, but also the astral body, flowing into the forehead. So it comes to the base of the skull, flows through the brain into the point between the eyebrows. Mentally affirm, at the center of life's storms, I stand serene. At the center of life's storms, I stand serene. To come out of the pose, we'll inhale, release the arms, bring feet side by side. Inhale, arms up, lift and lengthen. And exhale, sweep the arms down. Pausing for a moment in Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Very nice. Okay, from here we'll come down. If you're onto the floor on hands and knees, and so I'm going to practice cat-cow first for the spine. This can be done seated in the chair. Turn the chair? Sure, you can turn the chair or turn yourself. So James will show you how in the chair. So this is a nice way to help warm up the spine and help it to just release tension in the body. I know some of you were letting me know, I asked last week, how many are able to practice the warm-ups before class? And not many of you, and I understand. So I just want to bring some more of the warm-up elements into our practice to help you. So this is cat-cow. What we do is we arch the spine on the exhale. Chin is tucked towards the chest and the tailbone tucks under. And then you inhale and lift the buttocks and lift the head. You flow at your own pace. Very nice. We'll come back to neutral and we'll come into Balasana. So James will show you this in the chair. Balasana on the floor, the buttocks comes back towards the heels. And you have the option of arms behind you or in front. I'm going to practice extended Balasana, extended child's pose. So I stretch out and then release the head and the forehead to the floor. The affirmation for Balasana is I relax from outer involvement into my inner haven of peace. I relax from outer involvement into my inner haven of peace. We'll tuck chin to chest, bring ourselves back up into Vajrasana. If you're on the floor, you can take your right large toe and cross that using your hand. Just lift it and place it over the left if you like. It's a mudra practice and our yoga asana practice. Tune into the quality of inner stillness, stability and strength. Bring your awareness to the point between the eyebrows. Breath is flowing in a relaxed fashion. In stillness, I touch my inner strength. In stillness, I touch my inner strength. Vajrasana, the firm pose. Very nice. So from here, we're going to practice royal pigeon pose. And James will show you this in the chair. I'm actually going to just take my socks off. So if you have socks on and you're on the floor, you might want to take them off. My reason for doing this is to make sure that I have, that my feet won't slip. So, James, do you remember how to practice? Yeah, exactly like that. So on the floor, I'm going to show you this from, let's see, I think a side view. Do it this way. So on the floor, we're in tabletop position. We turn the toes under, lift the buttocks up. We kick the left leg back and draw that knee forward. And you move very, very carefully. You bring the right leg back. Next time I'll show you this from the front view. The hands are lifting and lengthening the spine. And I always take a few moments to get myself seated. My left foot is very close to the body. So it depends on the flexibility of your hips. Some people, their leg looks more like James's in the chair on the floor. So first we relax the shoulders down from the ears, lifting and lengthening through the spine. The affirmation is, I rise above all thought of past and future into the eternal now. And then you have the option, you can do this in the chair or on the floor, to bring the palms together and bring yourself forward a bit more. Trying to maintain a fairly neutral spine. Really listening to your body, make sure you're not overstretching. Tuning in again to this deeper reality. Within the physical body, a flow of energy and consciousness, the eternal reality of our own soul nature. I rise above all thought of past and future into the eternal now. From here, you can come into the relaxation phase. The arms extend out and you release the head and neck toward the floor. To come out of the pose, you bring yourself back to neutral. If you're on the floor, slide the feet back and pause for a moment in Vajrasana. Continue to mentally affirm, I rise above all thought of past and future into the eternal now. Very nice. So now I'll show you from the front direction. So, I come into downward dog, tabletop, turn the toes under, this time kick the opposite leg back. I take a moment to bring myself into the right position. Shoulders relaxed down from the ears, body relaxed. Thanks, James. Breathing deeply, mentally affirming, I rise above all thought of past and future into the eternal now. Keep listening to your body. Take your time and you can begin to bring yourself forward if that feels right for you. At a certain point, you can release completely. The spine it's fine if you're in the chair. If it rounds, there's no problem. I rise above all thought of past and future into the eternal now. To come out of the pose, you'll inhale, bring yourself back to Vajrasana. I rise above all thought of past and future into the eternal now. Very nice. From here, we'll practice the bridge pose. And so, James, there's two options with bridge in the chair. And I think the easiest one is something we've done for Ustrasana, where you just bring the arms back, so turn to the side. And then I'll show, for those who are on the floor, I'll walk you through it on the floor. Now you can put, if you have blankets, you can put them underneath. Most of us don't, so I'm going to just show you without them. Please be very careful of your neck here. You don't want to overstretch, and once you lift, you don't want to turn your head to look to the side. So once you come up in the pose, don't turn your head to look and see what I'm doing. Come bring your hips down if you need to look. So I have my feet on the floor. And I'm going to lift my hips and interlace my fingers and walk my shoulders underneath. Bring my feet closer to the body. Then inhale and take your time. Now this could be a full bridge for you, that's fine. You might find that you can go a little further. Bringing the chest to the chin. Breathing deeply. The affirmation is, I offer every thought as a bridge to divine grace. I offer every thought as a bridge to divine grace. When you feel ready to come out, you'll lower yourself down. The arms can be at the side, the knees can stay bent, feet on the floor, or you can extend the legs out. If you're on the floor, you might want to bring knees in towards chest, rock up and back or side to side a little. From here, we'll come into a few moments of Shavasana. And James, do you need help with that? Okay, so James will show you in the chair, and I will show you here. So the knees can be bent, feet on the floor, or legs, let me get back a little bit. Legs extended out. Shavasana is a time where we consciously let go of the physical body and we practice diving deeply into the inner reality of our own soul nature, floating in a cosmic sea of prana. The affirmation for Shavasana: bones, muscle, movement. I surrender now. Anxiety, elation, and depression, churning thoughts, all these I give into the hands of peace. Bones, muscle, movement. I surrender now. Anxiety, elation, and depression, churning thoughts, all these I give into the hands of peace. A few moments of diving deeply in stillness and silence. Bringing awareness now back to your breath. Begin to visualize the breath as a gentle wave of energy washing through the physical body and bringing you back to the room that you're in and back to awareness of the body, maintaining a sense of this inner reality, your own divine nature, always present. I rise above all thought of past and future into the eternal now. If you're on the floor, you can bring your knees in towards your chest. If you're in the chair, any movement that just helps you to kind of come back into your body gently without losing this connection of inner awareness. On the floor, we roll gently to the right side. Use the left hand to help us. And then come into a comfortable seat for a meditation practice.